How do organisms reproduce? The reproduction of new organisms from the pre-existing organisms of the same species is known as reproduction. It is essential for survival of a species on this earth, so living organisms produce more organisms of their own kind to maintain the life of their species on this earth. The existing organisms are called parents and the new organisms produced by them are called offsprings. So by this process, the living organisms maintain race on earth and exist on this earth for a long time. Now types of reproduction. Reproduction in living organisms are of two types, asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction. The production of new organisms from a single parent without the involvement of sex cells or gametes is called asexual reproduction. That means either of the parents are able to reproduce by themselves without the involvement of other. Types of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs by following ways. First, by binary fusion. Binary fusion, in this type of asexual reproduction, one organism divides into two new organisms. It occurs in unicellular organisms, for example, amoeba, paramecium, leishmania, some bacteria, etc. In amoeba, when food is surplus, surplus means too much, amoeba grows in size. At first, the nucleus divides, which is followed by cytokinesis, that means division of the cell. That means first the nucleus divides and then the cell divides. And amoeba divides into two daughter amoebae. कि जब फूड बहुत अधिक मात्रा में होता है, अमीबा फूड को तेजी से खाकर बहुत अपने साइज को ग्रो कर लेता है, बड़ा कर लेता है, फिर उसके न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हो जाते हैं, न्यूक्लियस के बाद पूरा सेल डिवाइड हो जाता है और इस तरह से एक अमीबा से दो अमीबा बन जाते हैं. पैरामीशियम डिवाइड्स transversely and Leishmania divides longitudinally. See the figure how the division of paramecium, amoeba, Leishmania take place. Second is multiple fission. In multiple fission, the parent organisms splits to form many new organisms at the same time. It is mostly seen in Plasmodium, the causative organism of malaria, amoeba, etc. As it is shown in figure how the multiple fission in Plasmodium take place. Next is budding. In budding, a small part of the body of the parent organism grows out and a bud which then detaches and grows independently to become a new organism. It is mostly seen in hydra, yeast, etc. In some organisms like sponges and corals, the buds remain attached to the parent organism permanently. In this way, a colony of sponges or corals is formed. See the figure how the formation of bud development and its detachment from the body of the hydra take place. Similarly, in yeast, we are seeing how the colony of the yeast is formed when the buds are formed and then continuously those buds uh, form a chain of cells. In that way, a colony of sponges is formed. Next is the spore formation. In spore formation, the parent plant produces a large number of microscopic reproductive units called spores. These spores lie in a bulb-like structure called sporangium. See the figure where is the sporangium. Where when the sporangium gets mature, it bursts and the spores get free in air, as it is shown in figure. When these spores get suitable ground, They germinate and produce new hyphae. Finally, thread-like projections. So this is fine thread-like projection. एकदम धागे के जैसे बहुत पतले पतले स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं जिसको हम लोग हाइफी बोलते हैं. It is mostly seen in rhizopus, bread mold, fern, mosses, etc. Now next one is regeneration. The process of getting back a full organism from its body parts is called regeneration. If the body of an organism is divided into many parts, all the parts regain their lost part and grow into full organism. It is mostly seen in hydra, planaria, starfish, tail of a house lizard, etc. So in that way, the regeneration, as you are seeing in the figure, when the body of planaria or hydra or starfish is cut, then the cut part regain its lost part and the full organism is produced. Next is fragmentation. The breaking up of body of a simple multicellular organism into two or more pieces on maturing, each of which subsequently grows to form a complete new organism is called fragmentation, as it is seen in Spirogyra in the figure. Fission occurs in unicellular organisms while fragmentation occurs in multicellular organisms. Fission and fragmentation are nearly the same things, but the only difference is that fission occurs in unicellular organisms while fragmentation occurs in multicellular organisms. Now in the next video, the next things we will read.